Hey, HTDA, and today we're playing some more Mindustry, and this time around we're going to the peaks, it seems. This is another medium threat level, so I'm not expecting it to be too hard. Famous last words, once again. And let's see, the mountainous terrain in this sector makes most units useless. Flying units will be required. Well, that sounds exciting. Be aware of enemy anti-air installations. It may be possible to dismantle some of these installations by targeting their supporting buildings. Well, that's what I've been doing so far, so that sounds right up my alley. Oh, and a question for you guys in the comments. Is there an easier way to actually select the next level than just trying to scroll around this planet? Because honestly, the scrolling doesn't really work all that well. And the sector list over here only lists the sectors that I already conquered. So let me know. Anyway, ready for takeoff and landing. And I see a lot of resources there, so that makes me really happy after some of those levels with not a lot of resources to go around. So let's see, what do we already have? We have some graphite. We have an impact drill drilling for the beryllium. That's interesting. We have a lot of graphite over here. That makes me really excited, honestly. We do not have any arcosite, so I guess I won't be making more of my my power setup that I was using in the previous level, but I think we can make do with what we have. Before I get too far ahead of myself, let's check out the technology tree. We have the ship fabricator over here, which I guess we're going to need. And likely we're going to need the avert as well. Fires twisting pairs of bullets at enemy targets. I guess this is the flying unit, so let's unlock that as well. Let's see, then what else do we have? Nothing over here by the looks of it. We do have a beam tower. Transmits power to other blocks. Stores a large amount of power long range. So that's kind of the upgraded version of the power node we already have. Then we have the Region Projector. Slowly repairs allied structures. That sounds pretty useful. It does cost quite a bit of oxide to unlock, but we're producing that in the previous level. Then we have the Deconstructor. Deconstructs inputted structures and units. That doesn't seem like my first priority, but I think it's the only other thing we can actually unlock, so we might as well go ahead and do that. Anything else? No, doesn't look like it, so let's start building some stuff. Wait a minute, hold on. We actually have a second area over here that only has a little bit of power, but it looks like the tungsten is actually over here that we need to complete the first objective, and there is arcosite here. So I do get to make plenty of power, and I guess that's where the upgraded power pole is going to come in. Sorry, beam tower. Because that is going to allow us to probably bridge this gap and make sure all the power that we're producing here can actually reach my main base. And remember, in order to make that happen, I'm going to need some of these payload mass drivers. And I actually initially didn't realize it, but you can see the range on these things. The reason I didn't see it is because it's pretty damn huge. As you can see, I can easily reach this base from the other base and vice versa. So yeah, let's go and set that up. Okay, so how about this design? I have a mass driver over here that's going to receive the units, unload it here, then put it on this belt, and then it's going to be put into the bucket is going to be put into here in the other payload driver that is connected to this one on this side. And it's then going to put it in this belt and then unload it over here and then shoot it right back to the first place. And this should mean this little box can keep looping as long as there are resources to be distributed. And even though I know the quest says to do this with tungsten, I might as well just get some beryllium up and running already, because I don't really have a lot of power on this side just yet. I have plenty of beryllium over here, and let's see if this actually works. So the box goes over here. Well, in theory this would work. Of course, I do need to have somewhere for this beryllium to actually be unloaded to. So hopefully this will work. Let's see if we do it like this. This will actually still work. So, did it actually unload any units? I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. It should get full pretty soon. So just a few more items. Some beryllium incoming. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, there it goes again. Yeah, there we go. So it's now dumping all the beryllium into my bastion. And this is working very nicely. Alrighty, so with that basic production up and running, I do think it's time to start adding some tungsten to the mix, because I need that for pretty much everything else I want to do over here. So let's see if that works. I assume actually I can mix up different types of units in here. Yeah, that works just fine. It actually instantly fills the box as well as soon as it reaches the payload loader, so that's really nice. So now it should just be a matter of time before we get some tungsten rolling. While that's running, I'm going to upgrade my silicon production over here by utilizing a lot of the stuff I have. There is a lot more to do that, but yeah, I don't currently have the power to do much more than this. In order to get that power, I'm going to need some oxide, so I'm going to set up a electrolyzer over here that's currently just connected to the turbine condenser. That's not going to be sufficient to have it completely up and running, but I don't need it to be completely up and running. I only need it to be half up and running, which is exactly what this turbine is going to do, because will produce enough ozone to get some of that into the oxide chamber and then get some oxide going, and I need that. If I remember correctly, that is for my, what are these called? Chemical combustion chambers. As you can see, I need 40 oxide for that. And this will give me all the power I need. But yeah, there's a couple of steps to go first. With that tungsten and oxide now coming in, I can actually set up my power. So as you can see, I am now sitting at a power surplus of 2000 in this particular zone. I'm not doing that much over here though, so we definitely want to give the advice of the game a look, because they're actually suggesting that I build a couple of beam towers, and I'm definitely going to do exactly that, because if I look at this is pretty much an oversized version of the towers I've been using so far. And yeah, if I build it something like over here, should be able to connect these two zones together, and that means that I can leverage all of that power on both sides of my facility, assuming of course I connect everything up, but that should only take a moment. There we go, and now I have my power surplus extending to my entire base. And now I have some power going. I upgraded all of my tungsten production over here, so I have a pretty huge amount of tungsten actually incoming. And I also upgraded my power even further, because yeah, you know, why not? I'm now sitting at a 2k power surplus still, and I've built quite a bit of stuff over here. I've also made sure I had access to this beryllium, so it's all flowing into these boxes over here. I actually have 2 boxes in the system now to just make sure I can keep things flowing as fast as possible. I have 2 output ports over here actually to make sure I can unload it quickly enough. And while I was at it, I also decided to start mining some more graphite. Now, with all of that production up and running, as you can see, I'm sitting on a pretty large amount of stuff now actually. I think it's time to start to build some actual military units. Before I do that though, and this is probably just me being paranoid, I also built a couple of more of these breaches, so I have some air defense in case I need it. The only thing that my OCD has some trouble with this particular game is that it's pretty much impossible, at least very hard, to build a nice looking base. Resources are coming from all the types of different directions, and you need quite a few of different resources to build the upgraded ship. So you can see I have the graphite and the silicon going in here, then I need some more silicon over here. I also need tungsten and I need hydrogen, and actually connecting all of that up to my factories is not entirely trivial. However, as you can see, I am now double producing some of the ships, and it does seem that that triggered the enemies incoming now. Well, I have some turrets all over the place over here. I have some turrets already in existence over here, so I think we should be fine. But let me just add a couple more turrets just to play it safe. Well, I got plenty of turrets now up and running, and I have about 5 of my own ships. So let's see, where are the enemies? Oh, I thought there was a wave incoming, but apparently it's just enemy cores. Now, the question I really have is how am I actually going to be able to attack those cores if I can't do any exploring with these units? I mean, they don't seem to be revealing the fog of war, and there's nothing telling me how I'm actually supposed to do that. That's interesting. So it seems the enemy is coming from north, and they are kind of harassing my base all over the place. So I figured, why not just build some more of these production facilities so I can restock my defensive units really quickly. But then it occurred to me, I actually also have this regen projector that I can probably use in order to automatically repair my base. At least that's what I think it's supposed to do. So let's see if that works. It needs hydrogen. Oh, well. I actually have that available right here, so that's really convenient. There we go. Is this automatically going to rebuild my base? I think so. Not really sure how to test that, other than having my base destroyed first, so that's not quite ideal. Anyway, how many units do I have? I have all 15 of them. So let's see if we can actually... Oh, look, I can actually explore the enemy's units. The enemy base, I should say. But I actually need to just find open space, basically, to explore first. Okay, that's interesting. Stop destroying my base, please. Thank you. So I just took out a power unit, and there's another one over here. So if I do that, can I then just take out the breach? That went fairly easily. I can take out some of these mining facilities as well. Not sure if there's too much of a point to that, but, you know. Oh, there's another breach over here. Let's take that out. I think that does more damage than the flying units. There was another flying unit coming from up there, so that's a thing I probably should do something about. There we go. Well, they aren't putting up much of a fight so far. Let's make sure I keep restocking my units. I'm producing 4 of them at the same time, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem. And the game was hinting at me that I should probably take out the supporting building, so you know, anything that pretty much... Whoa, okay. Anything that shoots them, yeah, I was about to say, but I probably don't want to get anywhere near that specific building over there. There we go. Let's take out another turbine condenser, and I think that's all the power they have in this base. I mean, there's some power stored up, of course, but hopefully that should allow me to take that out. Can I kill the Bastion? Ooh, no, 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 no. No, I can't. They did actually take out most of my ships there. So this particular turret, I might just have to make sure I kill everything that runs into that, like the belts and things like that. And then it should run out of fuel and ammunition and things like that, I suppose. And I can take out the rest of the base. Looks like I can attack the core from over here just fine, assuming I'm not being attacked by air units, that is. So that's out of range of the turret, and hopefully once I take out this bastion over here, the turret will automatically be destroyed as well. And there we go, that is one base cleared out, well, mostly cleared out anyway. I should probably construct another bastion over here so I can build twice as many of these flying units. They're kind of cool, honestly. And then let's find the other base. Okay, so I'm gonna take a couple of my ships and do some exploring. Well, I don't know what that is, but it's probably not good. There's also another turbine over here, so if that works on power, then that's probably the trick there is to it. Okay, I can take out that drill probably. Let's just do a little bit of scouting before I engage anything and make my presence known. I'll probably take out that supply source there as well. Is this where the enemy is? If they are, this is a very small base, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take it out one way or another. Well, it seems two can play the same game because I'm just casually harassing this base from the sides, very carefully, trying to stay out of range of those turrets, and just picking apart everything I can reach from over here. And by the looks of it, this should do the trick, because all of this graphite mining over here is being distributed through here and here, and that seems to be the only inputs going into this turret. So this is working on graphite for sure. So now I've taken that out, all I need to do is, well, make sure it spends its ammo. And then I think we should be able to just fly around without being attacked. Now this might take a moment, depending on how much ammo this actually has. But yeah, I have plenty of ships in production, so that should not be a problem. There you go, just some flying in circles around this turret, and it's now completely out of ammo, so I can just destroy it without taking any damage whatsoever. And the same holds for the second turret now, and that means I can now just destroy the base without any defenses whatsoever, and it means we have completed yet another level. If you're still here, you're awesome, and I do hope to catch you in the next one, because I'm really much addicted to this game.